Yeah, it's a really good book. 10x is easier than 2x. I had just started listening to it, like I maybe like 3 weeks before I started watching your YouTube videos. Um, yeah, it's really good. It's actually a really good book.
It's super simple. Um, it's super simple and it works, right? So like when you start charging more money for your services, your clients become just easier. It's like, okay, what do you like? How much does it cost? It costs $10,000. Okay, can you just send me the wire details? There's no questions that they need answered. If you've, helped or if you've basically, you know, fulfilled their need, right? Um, no, Mauricio, it's not the 10x rule. It's called 10x is easier than 2x. It's by a guy named Dan Sullivan. Yeah, order both of those books. The other one is called the other one is called the other book is called Ready, Fire, Aim. So, all right, we got a couple people in here. Um, yeah, so Andy just made a comment here. I think closing the high-end clients will be challenging because there are no case studies or proof, aka trust. This is what I'm going to go through today. Andy, I'm just going to tell you straight up, you're 100% wrong. And that's just a limiting self-belief. And I started doing this with no proof, with no proof. I didn't have a following. I still don't have a following. Like that's not true. If you think that you can't close a high-end ticket client, you will not close a high-end ticket client. He said, ask me who are your clients. No thanks. Would lovely to hear from you. Yeah, you don't need to share with anyone who your clients are. You don't need to prove yourself. And this is what I'm going to go through. So this is why I put this call together today. So I'm going to share my screen. What I'm going to do is from now on, because we have the new time, more people are coming in here because it's obviously it's just a better time on Sundays, is I have an agenda that I'll put together, and then we'll go through and I'll ask you guys can ask the questions at the end, just so that I stay on topic. The other day, basically, I went through everything, and then people started asking me questions, and we completely didn't even go through what I was going to talk about. And so a lot of this stuff will be answered, but you know, we'll go through and we'll just make this an open conversation. The other thing is I'm new to kind of to doing all this, so I got to keep this window open so I can let people in as they come. So I want to talk really about today. I mean, everybody here is doing go high level. Either you're creating, your own company, your own agency, you're getting clients, you're trying to get clients. There's a struggle. And most of you guys have read my emails, know what I'm doing, with Adam and Brendan. The majority of you guys are in the same group with Adam and Brendan and myself. And so what I want to go over is really just $1 million opportunity mindset. It's a combination of the book that both the books, Ready, Fire, Aim, that I told you about, as well as 10x is easier than 2x. So really, I mean, and I'm using $1 million just because everybody wants to make $1 million, right? But it could be anything. The way that I look at things is I want to eliminate my cell phone bill. I want to eliminate my rent. I want to eliminate my gas. I start with those little things first so that I can get to the point where now I'm living for free. I did it with my Airbnb properties. I did it while I was traveling all through Mexico. And then what happened is things completely changed. All of the laws changed with Airbnb. and I lost everything. And I learned how to position ourselves or myself the same way that pretty much Apple positions themselves. And it's basically getting everybody into some sort of ecosystem. And that ecosystem is what we have with Go High Level, right? So the second that you sell something, you can charge a monthly retainer, right? A service fee. I call it my AI engine fee. And at that point, it no longer really matters because once they are trapped into your business model, their entire business is running on the services or the product or the, automations that you sold to them. So you are basically following the Apple model. If I have my iPhone, I have to back up all my WhatsApp chats on iCloud. Today I literally bought $2.99 to get an extra 200 gigabytes instead of 50, right? And so there's always these limitations and whatnot. And so really, like I said, I'll start with $1 million business just because it's $1 million, but you really got to get to your first $5,000. For me, living in Mexico, it cost me about $3,000 to $4,000 a month to live here. I have a mortgage in Tulum that cost me about $4,800. I sold my house in New York, so I don't have that anymore, which is amazing. But just think about like a $5,000 a month to just live for free. After that, everything else is on top, right? So I'm going to break some numbers down. Really, building $1 million business is just super simple. You need 100 customers that are going to spend $1,000 a month, right? 100 clients at $1,000 a month is basically $1 million minus the 2 months because I suck at math and add an extra 2 months for an extra $10,000 or whatever. Like I stop there. I'm making the year 10 months because it's easy, right? So back in the day, I moved to New York because I wanted to start a hip hop website. I was really heavy into hip hop. I still am. And I thought about it like all these hip hop artists are really actually building their own business, right? They have an entrepreneurial mindset. They're going out, they're marketing the music, they're getting it out there, they're on social media. This was before social media, really like what it is today. And so I would go and I would hit up people on Twitter and I would find people like Kendrick Lamar, Nipsey Hussle, Raekwon from Wu-Tang, Kid Ink was a big guy, King Los. I would scour these mixtape websites like hotnewhiphop.com. Um, Talib Kweli, Joey Badass was living in Brooklyn. And so what I did was I thought to myself, I put myself in their shoes, and we got to put ourselves in the client's shoes, right? And so what I would do is I would go to Twitter and I would scroll all the way to the bottom of the people that they would follow, right? Because if you're the first couple of people that you're following are going to be people that are close to you, right? So if you go to my Instagram, I'm sure you're going to find my mom. If you go to Instagram, you're going to find my hit up the people that they were following that was close to them, right? It's the first few people. I mean, Nipsey Hussle probably had, 3 million followers. I'd scroll all the way down to the ones that he was following, and I would find the right people. And I would go and I would sit there and just hit them up. DJ VIP was his DJ. Yo, what's up, bro? How are you? I saw that you're Nipsey's you know, DJ, and I run a hip hop website called Hip Hop Durso, where I interview you around the business strategies. Because why? Everybody else was interviewing them about their new music, and they wanted to make money off of all these artists that were making new music to put it on their website. And I took a different angle. And so I would go through, hit them up, and then living in New York. they would have shows. So I would convince the DJ or someone that was close to them, hey, I want to interview you. I want to interview you on what your role is making this music for the artist that you're associated with. And so I would go to them, and naturally, that person would not be the one that was in the highlight of everything, because it was like always the main artist. So I would get 2 free tickets to every single hip hop show for years in New York. Every single night, I was on stage with Raekwon, with Kendrick Lamar, Nipsey Hussle, like all these people, because I was just hip hop Durso going around with a camera, and they just started to like me. And then they were like, dude, you should come, you should film this, you should edit our videos, like you should do that. Then I started getting on tour buses with them. I was doing all the East Coast. I was on tour with King Los. Well, now we don't talk about him, but Diddy was a part of it. Um, and so, like they were all associated with these high-end people. Now, I didn't like that industry. I really didn't like that industry after I learned about what it was. And so I kind of just faded out. But that point of my life was like an amazing point. It was so much fun. But it taught me something. It taught me that what we learn on YouTube, what we learn from everybody about niching down is kind of what Andy said, is like, I think closing high-end clients will be challenging because there's no case studies or proof. My website was named hiphopdurso.com. No one knew who I was. I was on stage at Irving Plaza at Webster Hall in New York City with all these people on stage in front of thousands of people in their tour bus, and it was just because I was being myself. So like the biggest thing is just be yourself. Be yourself in your cold emails, be yourself in the messaging or the DMs that you send to people, right? And then go and find out like where these things, these people are hanging out. I'll share my screen right here, because I'm gonna get into something else after this too. Is like, so I was going through this before today's call. I found all my emails back and forth with Jack Harlow. You guys might know who Jack Harlow is, but I used to manage him back in 2016. And so we used to get him on all the blogs, like Ashley Outrageous, this guy, Uptown Tony. These guys were the ones that really made like who Jack Harlow is today. And, he would send us all this stuff. He came out with his cover art, like, this is the artwork that I want to use. And then DJ Drama hit him up and was like, hey man, um, I'm gonna be managed by DJ Drama. I genuinely appreciate everything that you've done. This was back in 2016. If you guys pay attention to music or whatever, Jack Harlow is signed to DJ Drama's you know label. He's up there with like Lil Wayne and Drake. I mean, he's got really big music now. Like, here's a picture of me and Kendrick Lamar. That's me with glasses. There's a picture with me and Nipsey Hussle. And I had all this stuff that I was doing, and it really was just I was being myself. Um, I was going and thinking outside the box, right? And so when we think about go high level stuff, is you got to be yourself. You got to think outside the box. Um, Go through your phone book. Like Raul will always talk about, this phone right here has $1 million worth of clients in it. Like, go out there and just say, hey, don't follow a script. Yo, bro, I want to let you know I started building this software, and I'm associated with this amazing group of people. And you know, we've actually really have taken AI and brought it into small businesses, large businesses, medium-sized businesses. And I really, to understand what you're doing, like, are there any things that if you had the magic wand in the next 72 hours, what would it be that you would love to fix inside your business? And now it opens up a conversation. And going back to what Andy said, is like, you, Andy, everybody here, you have the power to sit down and direct that conversation where you want it to go, right? And so you listen to them. The biggest thing that I think a lot of people don't do is listen. Um, I had a call today. I was supposed to do it yesterday, but I was on the my plane got canceled. And these guys, they own a roofing company in Arizona. I'll upload it into the sales calls probably later today. And so they were giving me a hard time, like, dude, we don't want to get carried away. We don't want to go too deep into this project scope document. We just need speed to lead. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. But at the same time, you guys still have this problem once we build this. So if you're going to hire me as the consultant, let me be the consultant to direct the conversation where we need it to go. Because if we don't build out this document, you're going to be stuck in the exact same spot that you are right now, piecing shit together. And the guy was like, ah, okay, yeah, I understand. I said, we can do this in milestones, but the reason why we're on this call is because you're trying to fix a problem. We're not fixing little problems at a time. We're looking at your business at a 30,000 foot approach. And he was trying to direct the conversation. He was trying to, like, dude, no, I'm the business owner. You don't know anything about me. I'm like, dude, I don't care. I don't need to know anything about roofing. I know what I know, and I'm gonna stay in my lane and I'm gonna be myself. Like, some people don't want to curse. Some people don't want to, they want to change. I don't care. It's like, no, dude, you hired me. You paid me $250 for this phone call. I've done this 300 times now. Let me make sure that I get everything out that we need to get done. And if you want, we can split it up in milestones. It's not a problem. And he's like, okay, yeah, that works. That works. That works. And so what that ends up doing is allows you to not continue chasing follow-ups. Like, once you start being yourself, and once you stop, what's the word? Like, once you stop adjusting yourself to what they want, you have the power to do the things that you want and the way that you operate. And in that first 10-minute call, like in my sales course, I have the 10-minute phone call. That 10-minute phone call sets the table, sets the expectations from the beginning. If they don't want to operate the way that I'm operating, if they don't want to operate the way that I'm operating, fuck them. Like, I'm not gonna waste my time. I just saved myself more headaches in the future. And before we went to Los Angeles, right? Um, I was working with horrible clients. Like, I had this lady. I should probably tell you her name. You guys could go all leave a bad review for her just to mess with her. But she was always want to do things her way, but she hired me as the consultant. Because if you're a salesman, you end up being told what to do. But when you're the consultant, you end up telling them what to do. And then your level of what's it called? You know, your level of respect or whatever goes from here to here. And then they start listening to you. And at the end, they have no problem paying you because you are the expert, right? So what I want to do really today is go through and, go into, let me see right here. How can we make sure our funnel full so we can say no or have it down to once? All right. So Sam, I will come back to that. That's going to lead me into my next thing. So he's like, how do we make sure our funnel is full so we can say no or have the attitude of abundance, not scarcity, right? And that's the stuff that I teach in the prospecting course that I have. It's going out and plopping yourself right in front of where these people already are. A salesman is going out and trying to convince people that they need your product, right? So it's like, Luis, what's up, bro? How you doing in your business? Cool. I have this AI. You should check it out. Do you want to set up a call? And then you're like, out of respect, yeah, I mean, I can, but I don't really know. I don't really have time. No, 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 dude, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it, dude. We got this AI thing. It will go through, it'll work in the CRM system. Do you have a CRM system? Oh, you don't have a CRM system? Okay, let me explain to you. Like, you need a CRM system. If you have a business, you need a CRM system. You need this, and then we'll add AI into it. And then if you miss a call, it'll text them back. Like, it's too much. No, I don't need to talk to people that don't understand the importance of a CRM system, right? I don't need to talk to people that don't understand the importance of getting more business in an automated fashion. And so the way to do that is plop yourself right in front of the people that are already looking for it. And so that's, just so you know, Sam, in my course, that's LinkedIn, YouTube, the freelance websites like Upwork, Fiverr, People Per Hour. It's networking with the right people and positioning yourself as the consultant. And so, like, here's where this flows into that is, how do we get more opportunities, right? Let me ask you this. I don't know. Did anybody drive today? Did anybody get in the car today and go somewhere? Tell me yeah, or put a one in the chat, right? Did anybody go anywhere? All right. Whether you drove or not, let's just say yesterday or 2 days ago. How many red cars did you see? How many red cars did you see? Like, yeah, you can't remember, right? Well, Jeff drives a red car. All right, so you cheated, right? Or how many Harley Davidson motorcycles did you see, right? And so this is where the training of your awareness comes in, right? So it goes to Sam's question, is like, well, how do I get an abundance of people coming through, and where I can act that way, where I can be the consultant, where I can tell you like, screw off, dude, like, this is what I do. I know what I'm doing. I've done it. I have a group of people that I work with. Our team is amazing, this, that, and the other thing, right? But if I told you, Sam or Jeff or Luis or whoever, I will give you $50 for every single red car that you see on your drive tomorrow. And you got to take a picture of it. Like, you're honed in on that. You are focused on a red car because I'm going to give you $50, right? And so now you're aware that's the only thing you're looking for. If I'm driving, I'm not even taking a phone call if someone's going to pay me $50 to find a red car. Like, I'll do that all day. I'll go drive every day, all day for $50 for every red car that I see. And so the opportunities, they work in that same way. If you're not looking for them, then they're just going to go right past you like the red car, right? Like, that's just, it's called the red car theory, is the opportunities are everywhere. But if you don't have some sort of intentional awareness of what's going on around you, then you're going to miss them. So we have to train our brain. Like, anywhere that I go, I just ask open-ended questions. And the majority of the time, some people ask me, like, I mean, it's just natural. People are like, where do you live? I live in Mexico. And then all of a sudden they just start asking me questions like, how the fuck do you live in Mexico? What do you do? And I'm like, well, I build customized software for clients that are looking to make more money, right? And so then that gets them to start asking you the questions, right? Because that's the way that a consultant would respond, is they leave everything kind of open-ended. I build software to help businesses generate more money. The next question that someone's going to ask you is, What do you mean? What kind of software is it? Ah, it's like SaaS software, custom CRM software. And then they would be like, what's SaaS? Oh, it's software as a service. We come in and we completely let me ask you this question. What is a pain point that you have right now that you wish you could automate in your business, right? And then now it turns into a conversation. It doesn't turn into a sales question, right? And so now they start going through and they just think they're having a conversation. But really, you're asking them their pain points and you're adjusting the stuff to the things to them. So now that you understand, like, just think of that red car theory, like, and change it to whatever you want. It doesn't need to be red cars, but like the concept of it, right? It's like how many opportunities are going past me without me knowing it, right? Because if you're not aware of it, then you're not going to be able to find it, and you're going to end up in this circle of what the hell am I doing? I can't find a client. I don't know how to sell this. And then what happens is you get burnt out, right? I mean, I've been burnt out in a lot of things. Um, and so focusing and understanding what's around you is important. So I play a lot of golf, right? I'm going to share my screen. I play a lot of golf. And every time I play golf, I think about you guys. I really honestly do. I think about the group that we're in. And so I took this from Google Maps today, and I think this is going to help some people. You can picture your stuff, or you can put in your own hobby, but I'm going to give you a little story. So this is hole number 2 at the golf course that I play at. This up here is the green, right? And it's a par 5. And so you have the pro tee box, which is here, right? This is where you hit the ball from. You have the whites, which is basically the middle tee box, and then you have they call them the red tees or the junior tees or the women's tees right here. And so this right here, to get here, you have a bunch of trees all right here, right? So you're gonna lose your ball, and it's super skinny. And to hit it here, you got to hit it about maybe like 200 yards. For me, that's in between like a 3-wood and a driver. And so if I don't hit it here, well, the ball's going to land here, and then I have to either try to go over these trees to make it here, because if I go here, then I have to go over these trees on this side. And so you have to basically hit it perfectly. And so what I've found is I find a lot of balls in these woods. Well, here, right here is basically like if you've never played golf before, then you might not hit it past here, but everybody that plays here is going to hit it back here. So exponentially, the lost, and I'm going to tie this all back. You're going to understand in a second, but I want you to think about this because it's a metaphor or whatever, of these lost golf balls. The lost golf balls are basically just missed opportunities. And so to hit the ball here, if you shank it to the right, you're going to end up in the woods over here, right? And so, or if you shank it to the left, you're going to end up in the woods over here. There's a lot of balls in here, but they're easy to find. And so once you hit this golf ball, you take this cart path and you go down on the golf cart and you have to come up here. There's a little entrance right here to get back into the fairway, because right here, the golf course protects the grass so that you don't drive the golf cart and ruin the grass. So there's like a fence, like a rope. So you have to go all the way up here. Well, now think about this, because if someone shanks it to the right, the majority of the golf balls are going to be here. But there's still a bunch of golf balls over here from the people that just suck at playing golf. But for me to drive all the way up here and continue my game because I'm going forward the same way that I'm continuing my journey and go high level, it doesn't really make much sense to go back here and try to collect a bunch of lost balls when I'm already here. And so these green lines, I'm colorblind. I think this is green. I made them green. these are the entrances into the woods. And the golf course, I mean, we have hurricanes, like we have stuff. So when you go in here, it's pretty open. Like you go, if you lose a ball right here, you're only gonna see yours. Why? Because everybody has easy access to get in. There's no leaves in front, there's no woods in front. It's just like a bunch of trees and you just walk in and it's right there. But if you go around this little curve, this green line, this is the jungle. Like the jungle, it's very thick and they have all the leaves growing like this. But once you go past those leaves, inside this blue circle and this green circle where it overlaps, if you just start turning over, you know, leaves and you start breaking branches, dude, you'll find 10 golf balls every single time. And my point is that sometimes it's hard to enter where people don't want to go. There's poison ivy, there's fucking snakes, there's all kinds of stuff in there. I'm not saying risk your life for it, but there's a bunch of golf balls here. But on this side, everything is clean and cut and open. And when we go and we're trying to sell this stuff, sometimes we take the easiest path, but it's super hard to find it because everybody's already been there. But if you go around and you go through a place where it's difficult, then you're going to find a bunch of golf balls because no one has the balls to go in, pun intended, no one has the balls to go in there and get those golf balls out of there, right? And so then you have your second shot from here over to this side, same thing. There's an easy entrance right here. You're not going to find a golf ball in this section of the woods because there's a little path. Actually, these houses over here have a little path they can walk through to get to this because people will walk the whole golf cart path like, you know, as a family throughout the evening. So there's like a little path that comes through here and people find the golf balls. But if you enter over here by the sand, it's not easy. It's jungle. It's like crazy. Same thing over here. Along the cart path, if you hit your second shot and you try to go over these trees to land right here so your third shot can get on the green, if you don't go high enough, it's going to hit the branch and it's just going to fall in. There's a cenote right here. A cenote is like it's like a dip, like a body of water. There's no water here, but it's like just a cave, almost like a cave, but you got to climb down some rocks. The second that I go down these rocks, there's a shit ton of golf balls. And so you know, we're looking at the barrier, the easy access to try to find our clients. So back to Sam's question is, how do you find those clients or how do you get an abundance amount of clients? You just go in the deep parts of the woods where you have 10 golf balls. Go in the shop, you're going to find less than one golf ball there. And so that's where you get struck. That's where the determination is lost because you're looking in the wrong spots. That's where your everybody else is looking. And I'll give you an example. Like these are your roofers, these are your home service providers. They have been hit up by every single one of the people on YouTube. They've been burned by every single person that watched a YouTube video that was like, yeah, I can get you leads. I can run your Facebook ads. It costs $3,000 a month and we'll get this and we won't pay you. You don't pay until you get this and blah, blah, blah. It's a waste of time for them because they went through the easy access spot. And so my point is you got to go where no one's been before. You don't need to niche down necessarily. And that comes back to the consulting part. So I'll start with this because I started drawing this out. And every time I play golf, I think about this. I'm like, damn, if I go over here, I'm going to find more golf balls. And then I relate it to how do I do this with my own business? Is like, how do I find places where people aren't going, right? And so you have your tee box, right? There's the red tees, the white tees, the blue tees, right? The red tees are typically for beginners. So start in the front, right? Get a head start on getting your ball right here, because the further you move back, the harder it is. If you don't hit it right here, you're not going to have a good second shot to make it here to be on the green in regulation. If you started from the black tees, which are the pros, and you can't hit it that far, you're here. Now you got to hit it over these trees just to get it over here, and it's going to be hit by the trees. So you gotta start, and I'm sorry if you guys don't play golf, but I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Like, you have your easy tees, your middle tees, and then your pro tees. It's just the distance, right? And then, this fairway, the opening is right here. This is that sweet spot. This will come after you start finding a bunch of golf balls, because you'll be tired of losing your golf balls. So like this is only maybe a 60-yard window. That's your sweet spot, right? And then you have your cart path with the easy wins. These are easy wins. There's just not many of them because everybody else is on that same cart path, right? Once you start getting into the dense woods, that's where the challenges start happening, because you got to kick back the leaves. You got to get through there. You got to go past the spiders and the snakes and the poison ivy. And then once you're in there, you're like, oh shit, look, there's a Pro V Titleist one. There's a Callaway. Like, these are good golf balls. Nobody's been in here, right? But you had to get past all the barriers to go there. And then, you know, over here you have the cenote, you got to climb down. So this is the way that I think my business runs, is like I gotta go to places that people are not at. And it backs up it. So I started this out with, you know, going through and the $1 million formula is you need 100 clients paying $1,000, and then you need to train your awareness and find all the red cars. And where does it all start? It all starts with just right here with a clear path to getting to where you want to be. Um, and maybe my analogies and my metaphors and whatever are not the best, but like, start paying attention to the red cars. If someone were to give you $50 for every red car, you would have known that today when I asked you in the comments. You have no idea how many red cars you saw because you're not aware of what is around you. So you got to figure out the awareness first. And then that goes into what Sam's question was, is what are the how do we get this funnel full so that we can say no or have an attitude of abundance and not scarcity, right? That is literally just being aware of what's going on around you, and then going into the places where people can't, that people are not at, right? Um, so yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I wanted to touch on today, is this, because everybody can learn how to do go high level. But the problem is that there's no reason to learn how to do go high level if you don't have the clients, right? Like, that was me for the past year. Is I knew how to build everything inside go high level, but I didn't have anybody to build it for. The same way that our AI goes out and speaks with clients. I don't take a client on that does not have some sort of strategy to getting that they already have clients. Like, if they're not spending money on Facebook ads, if they don't have, reviews on Google, and they don't have clients coming in, I have no interest in working with them, because now I have to revamp their whole business and convince them that they need this AI, but they don't even have a fully operating business just yet. So I'm going to turn them down. And if you watch in my sales courses, like all my videos, there's times where I tell people like, nah, listen, I have a buddy, Chuck the contractor. He's a buddy of mine. He will go and do that. He'll get you the clients until you have the influx of clients. Then my automated systems and my AI will go and make your job easier. But you're not even at that point yet. So the awareness and going where people are not what's it called, are not looking. Stop de stop dealing with the almost like the niching down, like find your niche. I hate that because it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. Yeah, go to LinkedIn, go to Upwork, right? So, Jeff, I mean, here, I'll open it up now. You guys ask me questions. Actually, can you give me like 2 seconds to go and take a piss real quick, and I'll be right back. Um, but maybe raise your hand. Everybody raise your hand that wants to ask a question, and then I'll go through the line like we do with Adam and Brendan. Just give me 2 seconds. And I grabbed a beer. All right, so yeah, let's do it. All right, Teresa, go ahead.
Hey, Nick.
How are
Um,
you?
Hi. So I have LinkedIn going. I'm reaching out to people through UberFox. I just don't have time, like individually right now, and I know that's not the best thing, but um, I have connected with a few, and I did kind of just niche just so that I could get that with UberFox, niche because I use Sales Navigator. I also have been reaching out on Upwork. I've got my everything set up there. And I've been reaching out to people who are looking for CRM or go high level or something there. I don't want to get into repairing stuff, but um, and I've got Lead Gen J is set up. Now I'm totally confused on what to do with Insightly in Lead Gen J.
Yeah, I mean, in this situation where you don't really have a niche
Yeah.
or you, so this for everybody, right? We all have go high level. We all have a way to make their job easier. So your emails can literally be just open-ended. Hey, what's up? My name is Teresa, and I help businesses automate their systems and their processes. I have I just have a few questions. If you feel that this resonates with you, just respond with your problems that you have in your business, and maybe it's a good fit. If not, just tell me to F off and I'll never email you again. Right?
Well,
And at
and
that,
but who to, Nick? I mean, did you buy a list? Why do I have all these domains and all these inboxes? And I'm like, do I need to buy a list? Because I don't have a list to email to.
yeah, so you can go to so inside one of the courses, one of the videos that I did, I can't remember which one it is. You just download like Lead Sniper, right? So I have the
I
link.
watched that, but
Yeah.
okay.
So you can just go and type in like, I don't know, think of a high-end like a company like I don't know, like a tour group. Mauricio, I had a conversation with Mauricio the other day. He's in this call right now. Type in in Google and use Lead Sniper and type in tour buses. Just type in tour bus company, right? And then make an entire list and go throughout the entire country,
Gotcha.
right? So go to ChatGPT and say, hey, ChatGPT, can you give me a list of the top, I don't know, 100 cities in the United States? And then take each one of those cities and say, okay, expand out 100 miles and give me a sub city that's near that city and add the words tour company or tour bus company at the end, right? Or be even more constructive is like ChatGPT, where are the top 100 tourist destinations in the United States, right? It's probably going to give you New York City. It's going to give you the Grand Canyon. It's going to give you probably San Francisco. I don't know. It's going to give you a bunch of random spots. And then from there, say, okay, spread out and give me this, right? Tour bus company in Frankfort, Kentucky, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if there's a tour bus company in Frankfort, Kentucky, but
There's
at
one
that
in
point,
Brooksville, Indiana.
yeah. But then you go back to that the red car analogy is like the where's this awareness, right? And then you work backwards. Like, okay, do I think that tour, and I'm only using this because I spoke with Mauricio the other day, is I don't know. I have no idea how much a tour company makes. I would imagine that a tour company in New York City on the double-decker tour bus makes way more money and has way more demand than a a tour bus company in Frankfort, Kentucky. I don't know who's traveling to Frankfort, Kentucky, other than maybe around bourbon, right? So now we're talking about bourbon. I bet there's a ton of people going to get bourbon, right? And then think about the distilleries in Kentucky that sell bourbon.
Right.
They might not have a lot of people coming, and you could Google this, but the product that they're purchasing, I'm sure they have $100 bottles of bourbon. And if someone comes to Kentucky, they're probably not just buying one $100 bottle of bourbon. They're probably buying four, five. So that's $500, right? And so now you have a desire that the bourbon company is going to say, hey, if I get 50 people on a tour bus, our close rate to buy a case of bourbon is about, 40%.
Yep.
Okay, Mr. Bourbon Distillery Company, how many people do you have come in a week? We have about 100. Okay, great. So you're telling me that 40 people spend $500 minimum. That's $9,000 per week. So in a month, you have 9 times 4, which is what? 36. You have, yeah, 36 grand a month coming in. Are there times where like you're telling me that you want more? Okay, cool. I have this AI. Let's set up a meeting. I can help you almost double that. Let's just have a meeting. Don't tell them about AI. Don't tell them about this. Don't tell them about any of that. Right? We just went from tour buses to bourbon.
Yeah.
Right? I'm just coming off the top of my head. So ChatGPT is going to tell you this stuff. Um, and so you go through and you just find these lists. Now, inside the cold emailing that Lead Gen J set up for you, you're gonna have different sequences for different industries, right? So,
Is that in instantly?
so watch, I'll share my screen. Let me pull this up.
Do you ever go into any of those Gmail inboxes, or is everything done in instantly?
No, I never go into any of the Gmail inboxes. Honestly, I don't even have the login for it. one of them got disconnected the other day, and I emailed Jay and was like, hey bro, this got, you know, disconnected. So if I come here, now I have campaigns, right? So I can make a new campaign, and this would just be called Bourbon in Kentucky, right? I'm not going to make it because I don't need to, but you have Bourbon in Kentucky, you have tour buses in the United States, you have, you know, uh, here's a cool thing to do is go to Groupon. Okay, here's Chicago, right? Spa admission. Here we know that these people are, look, fly over Chicago Navy Pier.
Hmm.
I don't know what I think that this is probably a helicopter tour. Yeah.
Yeah.
Type in helicopter tours. Like these people, the thing is that these companies have, if they miss out, if they don't have a tour that goes out at 1 o'clock this afternoon, they lost that money. It's the same as the hotel. It's a perishable item. If they don't have the booking, they lost it. They can never get it back. So they're willing to sell this for $33 because $33 is better than $0,
Yeah.
right? I mean, they have to cover their costs. I don't know how much the gas costs, but and the cost of the pilot, but look, 1,000 people purchased this. You could go to this company, fly over Chicago, and be like, "Yo, you guys have sold over 1,000 for $33. Do you ever get referral? I don't know. Do you ever get referrals? Like, just I don't know what their problems are, but now you can start and you can go and you have a benchmark of like, okay, look, like Great Wolf Lodge. I actually went past this yesterday in Dallas. I didn't
Mm,
know that that was a thing. Um,
that one's in Cincinnati too.
Sentimental Wheel at Navy Pier, right? Okay, so this is all Chicago. I've been to Chicago, but go to a different spot. Like, look, here's 241. That's in Louisville. So that used to be my old. I don't know why it's not. Maybe because I gotta do this. Like oil change, 60
Hmm.
bucks. So go in and type in oil change in I mean actually oil changes would be great for the AI. You could do a DBR every 6 months and get them come back in for a new oil change,
Right.
right?
Right.
So
I
now
got
you just start making all these lists and then you just start making up different emails for for them, right? So you have all
so
your sequences. You have one email, two email, three email, and who cares if they don't respond on the third one when you have 10,000 different emails, right?
okay.
Because now you're just feeding the machine. You feed the machine and you just take what you get. And if you spent out 20,000 emails to oil companies, all right, that's not obviously something's not right. You're not, if you're getting clicks but not booked calls, then you change one little thing, right?
Okay. So because I'm trying just to figure the how out. So I've got instantly set up. I've got the mailboxes set up. I need Lead Sniper. And then with Lead Sniper, I can create the list in Lead Sniper. And then do you copy and paste the leads into instantly? And then you send the emails from instantly and do all your follow up there. Um, and then do you bring them in to go high level? It's just because I got to understand the how before I can make it happen.
Yeah, so let's do this. So I don't know, pick an industry. Who do you want to contact?
Uh, Um, I've been doing personal injury attorneys.
Okay. So give me a list of 100 with the most dense amount of personal injury law firms in the USA. I just want city locations for right now. right? So now I'm gonna get a list of 100. It's gonna search the web. Okay. So now we got 100. I'll tell you right now, New York are not easy to work with, so I would avoid New York. So I would just say, okay, now take LA, number 2, and expand 100 miles out and give me all of the cities located with their name, for example, right? So like there's a city called Thousand Oaks, California.
I'm also 100 miles away. I'm in Palm Springs. That's where they have Coachella Fest.
Okay, yeah. So, all right, personal injury attorney or Palm Springs, California, personal injury attorney. Add personal injury attorney at the end of each city and place it in a list without including numbers so I can copy and paste it in my web scraper. Okay, so now we're just gonna okay, so now you take this. I'm just gonna take all that, right? So you take that, open a new window, you go here and delete sniper. We clear all this. And then we just type that in, or we just paste it.
Okay.
So now I hit start. And then I usually let this run at nighttime, right?
Mhm.
Or in a separate window while I'm working. So now if I come here, it's gonna search. So it's got 138, right? So it's gonna go through all of these as it goes through.
Okay. And
I
then
don't know.
when
It
it's
might be
done,
my,
you
yeah,
export it.
it might be my, because I use Brave to block a bunch of stuff.
Mm.
So I'm gonna just stop and then I'm gonna start it again. Well, that should work. It might just be loading. It should just be running through this. Like yours runs through, yeah?
Okay. So it uses Google Business Profiles. Lee
Mhm.
Sniper does.
Yeah, and then I don't know why it's not working on mine right now.
Hmm. If it was working, then do you just do export leads and then import those into Instantly?
Yeah, something's not right now on mine. It's validating my license. Yeah, and then what it will do is it will just make a Google spreadsheet or yeah, it'll make a Google spreadsheet. And then from that, yeah, something's not right. I don't know why. Yeah. I don't know. I need to contact. But what it will do, yeah, the extension lease number says failed to fetch. I don't know. Maybe I have to update. Maybe they came out with an update. So anyway, when when that goes through, then you take that entire list and you go million verifier. Okay. And this is the best thing that you can do.
Yeah.
And then you upload all the contacts here. And what it's going to do, every 7 days it deletes it. I haven't uploaded in 7 days. It's going to give you a breakdown of the emails, and it's going to put in there, like, you're only going to download the good ones
Yeah.
because you don't want to upload the bad ones into instantly. So then you come over here and you go into, let's say this one. I don't know, maybe something's wrong with my internet. Am I cutting out? No, I have fast internet.
It's probably because of Zoom.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, look, now it just like messed up. Okay, so then you come here and you click on leads, and then you add the leads, and you only add that CSV file of the good ones from Million Verifier, right?
Okay.
So it's going to clean that list. This is super cheap, and this is the one that Lead Gen J says is the best outside of Apollo and Instantly. The thing is that they just charge a lot of money. But Million Verifier is the only one that's up to date that will make sure that they're clean. And
Okay.
so you throw those in here, and then it's just going to go through your sequence of emails. And here, now you have the power to, do A/B testing, see which one gets the most open rates, the most clicks, the most views, whatever. And then you can turn these off, if A is the best one out of each of these, right? Like, I haven't run this in a long time, but like I had 60% open rate, 66 came from A, and 60 came from D. I mean, these actually are pretty even, but you'll be able to see the numbers. Like, if this is only 10%, then turn this one off, and then it'll distribute them to A, B, or D, or whatever. And yeah, I mean, it's that easy.
Okay.
And it's endless. Like, you can come back here and you can say, okay, now do Philadelphia, now do San Diego, now do Boston, right?
Got it.
And at that point, now you're just feeding the machine, and you're looking at this data and seeing, okay, I had 60% of the people, I had 1,000 opens and no one clicked on it. Well, I don't have any links inside. Obviously, if you watch Lead Gen J's course, you don't put any links until the third email anyway. But, if I'm not getting a reply rate, then that means my messaging is off. So we know that the subject line was great because we got 1,000 opened, but we got 2 people out of 1,000 to reply. That's terrible. So that means that my offer inside the email is not good enough. And so we need to change up the wording. Does that make sense? And then once this starts to go up to maybe like a 30, you want to get 30% reply rate. Like, let me look at this one. Like, these, like, clicked, replied, no one replied, but I had a bunch of clicks, right? So I have 32% clicked. And this is something for me, for myself, is that I'm not getting booked calls from this. So that means I need to go change my landing page,
Yeah.
right? So I'm in the process of setting that up. So now you start making data-driven decisions
Got
based on what the data is showing you. Like, this should be a 30% click rate. It's going to vary. Like, if you start getting, if I had 201 people click and then I had 4 meetings, I'm okay with that. That's 4 meetings. That's
Yeah.
$10,000 minimum per
Got it.
per meeting. So it is what it is. So I just need to keep feeding this machine, right?
So
And
each one of those lists, Nick, then is one of your campaigns. Are you using the same message for all the campaigns?
No, I adjust it, right? So like a tour company is not gonna have the same for an insurance agent, right?
Mhm.
It's gonna be the same type of thing, but in the beginning, since you don't know if you want to work with personal injury attorneys, like just I would suggest just be yourself.
Yeah.
Like, hey, my name is Teresa. I work with companies that I help implement automations into it using their CRM system. You can cut to the chase in the beginning just to see what the results that you're going to get are, right? Because I assume that a personal injury attorney who's going to receive that, it's going to be
Assistant.
the assistant, right? So you need
Yeah.
to think that you're not talking to the owner or the decision maker of the personal injury law firm. You're speaking with the assistant. So what are the pain points for that assistant? Hey, my name is Teresa. I work with personal injury attorneys. I know that you're probably reading this and you're deciphering whether or not this is worth your time. I can help you, Sally, streamline your business by doing this, and that, because I
Yeah.
know that answering the emails, qualifying the leads takes a lot of your time, right? And so if it takes a lot of your time, I don't need to speak, like make them feel a little bit better about themselves, like they're important, the same way that I used to do that on Twitter and land tours with the main artist. I was talking to their DJs. So it's like the associate the assistant is the DJ for the lawyer, the same way that the DJ is for, whatever the artist is. So talk to them. To don't talk to the law firm, the lawyer themselves, right? It's, hey, I know you're probably, and you don't want to like make it sound like, oh, I know you're just the assistant, right? You can say like, hey, I know your job is super busy, and a lot of the time, if you go back and you think about it, is a lot of wasted time, right? Because you have to answer this email right here. You have to take a bunch of nonsense phone calls and then pass them along to your boss. If there was a way that I could help you automate that, I don't need to talk to your boss. I want you to make this decision. Respond, and I can get on a call with you because I've helped other personal injury attorneys do this, right? So now you're speaking with the assistant. Forget about talking to the decision maker right now because the only goal is just to get them on a phone call. Get the girl or the guy that's working at the front desk interested and give them the power to make their own decision, because then at that point, now they feel special. They're like, oh, yeah, okay. I don't like, this might be our little secret between me and Teresa. Like, I don't need to tell her anything. Let me see what she can do. Right? She'd be more inclined to get on a call with you than, hey, I just got an email from this lady, Teresa. She's talking about AI. Do you want to take this call? And then the lawyer is going to be like, no,
No.
no, I don't want to take that call. You know that I don't want to take that call. So why are you
Right.
asking me? Right? So speak to that person because it'll go in steps. On the phone call, now you get an advocate for you. Now you can say, hey, okay, what would you think the best way to approach your boss would be? That's on the phone call. They might say, he hates when I bring things like this to him. Um, the best way to do it would probably be like me and you can make a demo together. Or I don't know, I'm making it up. I have no idea. But you start to adjust yourself to them just to get a meeting with the decision maker who's going to pull out the credit card and pay you, right? And over time, once you get on the first meeting and you get, like, I'm just making this up, but you get 201 clicks and 15 people book a call with you, Now you know their pain points, and you can go back and edit this email and say, hey, I spoke with Sally at the Chicago office and we did this, this, and that. And now you're starting to use the data to resonate with your future clients as well. Does that make sense?
Yep. Yeah, and that makes perfect sense. I did that with this agency that I work for, and I might have that list too, Nicholas, but I automated the blogging process. They had writers, and I ended up taking AI, and it writes 200 and something blogs every month. And I didn't do it, but I reached out to a guy that does Google App Scripts. And this guy actually worked with me and did a demo for me because I was like, I got to present this. I don't want to pay you personally, but I need something to show the people who are buying it. And he did that. So he worked me just like what you said to work the assistant. He gave me the demo. I showed it to the owners. They loved it. I went back to him and said, let's do it. I got a budget and we set up a whole system of AI blog writing for all these blogs every month, 200 and something blogs. So that makes perfect sense. I got overloaded with all this new stuff, trying to figure out how to how to make everything work. So
Yeah, I mean, in my courses, in the high ticket prospecting course, just pick one thing. Just get that going. It sounds like you picked the cold emailing. So now what you can do is hire somebody on Upwork, hire somebody on People Per Hour on Fiverr, and say, hey, I just need a list. Or, I mean, it's really easy. I just did it right now. You just go through and go to the what's it called? Like uh ChatGPT, and then just get the list and then throw it into Lead Sniper and then let it run when you go to bed and wake up in the next morning. And your job now is just to write the emails. And then you just keep feeding the emails. And if you're not getting an open rate or a reply rate or whatever, now you just go back and adjust that and then reset the or just make a new sequence and then try to outperform and do a bunch of A/B testing and try to outperform the previous one. And then once you start getting the meetings, you're like, oh, okay, this is working now. Now I'm just now your job is you're just on meetings. And once you're just on meetings, go and hire somebody for $10 an hour on Upwork and say, hey, look, here's my process to get all these lists of different industries. I need you to just go and just make a bunch of Google Sheet documents, and I need you to upload it into Million Verifier, and then download only the good ones, and then I need you to upload it into instantly.ai to the sequences that I've already written out. And now you're just on meetings. And then once you get to that point, you're on the meetings, you're selling them, and then you get the build, and then you hand it off to Adam and Brendan. And
yeah,
now you're just all you're doing is just on meetings,
got it. Got
right?
it.
So don't get too caught up in everything like Andy, you're asking if I use Bardeen.ai, it's a scraper too. I could care less about all the different tools. Like I never get caught up in the weeds. It's like, here's my point A. I need it to do this, and this is how I need it to come out. Lead Sniper works for me. I could care less about all these tools. I don't get caught up in the marketing aspect of all these people trying to sell me shit because it's just a waste of time. I mean, I have a system in place. I go to ChatGPT, I ask for the cities, I throw it in, I put it in Lead Sniper. I wake up in the morning and I have 10,000 emails and I put it into Million Verifier and then I just send out the emails. And I do that every day. I actually got really good at it. I hired somebody from Upwork. He created an automated scraper for me. And every night at 5 p.m., it gets uploaded into instantly automatically, and I don't have to do anything anymore. So, like, you can do that eventually as well, right? You just have somebody make you a scraper and do it yourself. So, all right, Jeff, what's up, bro?
You basically answer a lot of questions with Teresa. Um, that was helpful. I'm kind of in the same boat, trying to figure out everything, put everything together. Because right now I'm trying to get through the lead gen course. I have I just got trusted leads that sent me an email of like I think like 10,000 different leads that they sent me, and they're setting up the email domains and stuff with Lead Gen J. So I think I need to go back in, finish this video, and then jump on your email course, and I just go from there. I guess I'm like her. I'm getting caught up in so many different things in high level that I'm feeling like overwhelmed with so much to do.
Yeah, I would stay away from. Here's the thing, like, and I told Brandon this last time, is like Brandon wants to build, right? So some people want to build. I don't know if that's what you fall into. For me, I don't want to build. I want to just only have sales. And so we have the outlet with using Adam and Brendan to fulfill all of the builds. So, I mean, that's all I'm focused on is the just trying to get meetings for someone that's interested in me building out, and not me, Adam and Brendan, building out their customer journey, right? I mean, that's really all we're doing. We're just building out their customer journey, right? We're automating it, we're delegating it, and we're eliminating all the bullshit that they don't need. And we do it through different ways, right? We have workflows, we have the AI, and then whatever goal they want to do, right? So today I had a meeting with a roofing agency. They want speed to lead. They get a phone call from a Google ad. So we'll just make that phone number the trigger for a missed call text back with the AI to get them to be booked on a call, right? So they came to me on Upwork and they said, "Hey, I see that you know how to do Go High Level." And I'm like, "Yeah, I do, but I mean, everybody knows how to do Go High Level. Like, what is it that you need?" And they're like, "Well, we need this, that, and the other thing." And I'm like, okay. So then what I would suggest is we probably set up maybe like just a 10 or 15-minute phone call to see if I'm a good fit for you and I can help you based on what you need, right? And so at that point, I already did something. I'm in the jungle where I went through the poison ivy. I did everything because everybody else would have already told them, "Oh yeah, I could do that. We could do this. We could do that. We could do this. We could do that." It's
Right.
like, no, I don't even know if I can help you. So I put the barrier there, and they're trying to get through the weeds. They're can you hear me? Like this guy, yeah, this guy is different. Like he's telling me that he doesn't know if he can help me. Like I've never been told that. Everybody else wants to sell me something, right? Everybody's trying to sell these people something. But if you pull back and you be yourself and you become a consultant, and to become a consultant is you get them to work in the way that you want to work. For me, it's a 10-minute, 15-minute phone call up front. I sell a $250 project scope document, the same thing that I teach in my sales course. I mean, all those videos are literally the exact thing that I don't even edit them. I just to have the call and I put it right on the inside the little course section and Go High Level. And the first one is a 10-minute, 15-minute quick call. These guys at the roofing company, they were like, "Yeah, but no, we want to do this, we want to do that." I said, "If that's what you want to do, dude, that's cool. I've done this 300 times. I've helped businesses raise capital. I've helped financial companies completely automate their business. I've helped medical clinics connect things with their EMR system. But if you don't want to work the way that I work, no problem. But I'm going to tell you what I do. We need to have a minimum 45-minute to an hour long call to create a project scope. That project scope is going to give you a working document. You can either hire me to do it or you can go hire somebody else to do it. And they're like, well, what do you mean? And I'm like, any person that's coming to you and telling you without this document is making up just random numbers. How could you or them know what you need built for your company? And they're like, oh, yeah, I guess so. So this is like a working document, like we can take this and we can go hire somebody else. I'm like, yeah, dude, you can go hire. I don't care who you hire, but I can't give you a price without knowing what it is exactly that you want built. And then they're like, oh, okay. So I'm like, yeah, I charge 250 bucks for it. Do you want it or not? And then in the beginning, they were like, nah, I mean, what are you gonna pay $250 for? I'm like, you're paying $250 for a proposal document. That's really what it is. If you want me to be crystal clear. And they're like, these two guys, they were like, ah, okay, yeah, I think that's what we need. So I took them from they were doubting. They wanted me to work in their way to that's not how I work. That's not how this can work. I'm going to charge you $250 for it. And then all of a sudden they were like, okay, cool. Yeah, let's do it. So
But
today, go
when
ahead.
you're telling them that at the time of your Zoom call, when you're on a Zoom, that's when you're pulling up the deliverables document, right? And you're walking them through what could be
Yeah,
expected.
I pull up an example of what it looks like. And inside
Okay,
the course, you guys have all these documents that I have. I've shared them with you. Like
right.
from my previous clients. Use mine. You can use mine. I don't care. It like I mean, just mimic it. Like copy exactly what it is, obviously for their company, right?
Right.
Um, and I show them, I'm like, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a 30,000 foot approach. This is only like 4 pages. If you decide to work with me and my team, this is going to expand. This is gonna be maybe 15, 20, 30 pages. I don't know. I don't know at this point in time right now because we haven't gone through it. And then they're like, oh yeah, I mean, logically it makes sense. It's like, yeah, how could he tell us how much it would cost if we don't have a working document? Like now they start seeing the problem. And so you give them the out of, dude, I don't care if you hire me or not. It doesn't matter. This is going to take me and my team 6 hours minimum to build this out to show you what it is that we need to build inside Go High Level with the AI, with the automations, with the calendars of who the internal team that it's going to be assigned to, with the text messages that go out, with your emails that you want to send out, with the contracts and the purchase order and all that. And then they're like, ah, okay. I'm
Right.
like, dude, if you don't want to hire me, that's fine. You don't have to. But you're going to have a document that you can go to find somebody else. Now, I know 100% of the time, well, I'm actually at 83% of the time. 83% of the time, they're gonna come back and be like, dude, yeah, you know what? You know what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
Like, I trust you. So you're selling a 10-minute meeting first. So like, Teresa, you're not selling anything about Go High Level. You're selling just a 10-minute meeting. You're just trying to get a 10-minute meeting. Now, in that 10-minute meeting, you're just selling, start out at $99, start out like at $49 just for this little document, right? It doesn't matter. I'm at a point where now they just know that I know what I'm talking about because I've done this 100 times now. So I'm like, I just keep raising the price. In probably 5 months, I'm gonna raise it to $500 because I'm gonna have so many, like, dude, I've done this a bunch of times. Do you want to work with the best or do you want to work with the best? You know,
Right.
and you build yourself up that way. Um, and what is this?
And so, is there a difference between you pitching that like through an email or DMs versus in person? Because I have quite a few people that are asking to meet in person from me DMing on LinkedIn.
So like in person, like go to a restaurant, sit down with them.
Yeah, and to their office.
Okay, so for you, for your sake, and for me just having, 15 years of sales experience, the best thing is to qualify them before you spend your time, energy, money, gas, parking to go and meet them.
Okay.
And you can respond to that and just say, yo, I would love to meet you in person. I'm super busy. Like, we've been working with a lot of clients. They don't need to know whether or not you're working with a lot of clients. But again, when you tell them I'm busy and I don't know if it makes sense for me to meet with you, you went from a salesman to a consultant. Like, they instantly are like, okay, this guy's not trying to sell me something,
Right.
right? People want to buy, they don't want to be sold to.
Okay.
So and this will protect you from wasting time, getting a parking ticket, finding parking, going out and spending money on driving around getting gas, is I have no problem meeting with you, but let's just schedule a 10 to 15-minute call so that we just know whether or not it makes sense to meet up. Like, I have no problem meeting up with you. I'm just busy. I have other clients too.
Okay.
And if they say no, I only do in-person meetings, say that's fine. Like, okay.
All right.
I don't do in-person meetings for the first meeting,
Okay.
right? And at that point, you're taking control of the sale. Now it's like if you ever had a girlfriend and you're like, oh man, I hate being with her. She's so annoying. She does this, she does that, she does this. And then you tell your friends, and then you know she breaks up with you, and then you're like, babe, do you want, like, no, I'm sorry. And what, right? Like 2 days ago, you were like, dude, I want to break up with her. She's annoying. But then she broke up with you, and then you're like, no, babe, I'm sorry. Like, let's figure this out. I want to be with you. Right? It's like people want what they can't have. And so if you put them in that spot, you position yourself as a consultant, not a salesperson, because you're no longer selling them. And so at that point, they want what they can't have. They're like, wait a second. Okay, he does. Okay, maybe I'll take a 10-minute meeting with him, right? And that just qualifies them. Hey, and go watch my 10-minute meetings. It's like, hey, you know, this is how I operate. I charge $250 to do this. If you're not gonna have them, if they're not gonna pay $250, why would you go out to the restaurant and meet with them? In restaurant settings, if you don't offer to pay for their meal, now you spent your time, you spent your money to get there in gas, you spent your parking in the parking garage, and you're in this weird situation of like, I should probably cover this just so that like he knows that I'm serious. It's
Right.
like now you just spent $60 to go to a meeting where the guy's like, no, I'm not interested. Thanks for lunch.
For
And you do
nothing.
that 10 times, that adds up quick, bro. I've done that.
Right.
I've done that. So
Okay. That makes
yeah,
sense. Makes sense.
yeah. Um,
And that was it, man. I'm just, reaching out and not getting no one to respond, but getting a few people and they're one to
well,
actually,
let me ask you this. Where are you reaching out?
it's been I started on Facebook with friends and family, and they kind of ghosted me. So I left that alone. And since I've been watching your stuff and Legion J, I focused on LinkedIn because I've been getting hits.
People have
I-
been texting you back?
Yeah, yeah, right. And
Okay.
I've built up a lot of you know how GSD is always telling us to reach out and try to connect with friends like our people on LinkedIn every day. I've managed over like a month. I've got to like 600, 700 connections, and since I've gotten the connections, I've been um, sending out messages saying, "Hey, how's it going? Love to talk about how your business is X, Y, and Z, or what do you do?" And some people have been responding, some haven't, but I've been getting hits more so than Facebook.
Okay. So let me 10x this for you, right? So if you read that book, 10x is easier than 2x. When you message these people, just get straight to the point and be like, hey, I saw what you do. It sounds like you have a full operating business. I operate in a different way. Something like this. Like I operate in a different way. I'm connecting with people and I'm running a survey, or I'm very interested. If you had a magic wand, what are the top 3 things you would want to fix in your business within the next 72 hours? Right? You give it. So do you know what SMART goals are? I don't remember what it stands for. Okay, SMART goals are this. You want to focus on these because this gets straight to the point. It's specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. So let's see something. What's easier is I just talk to ChatGPT because I'm not going to sit here and look for this. Okay, give me an example of SMART goals for an online AI chatbot agency. I want like a real life example. Then I want to work backwards on how I could cold outreach to people on LinkedIn. Right? So okay, so this is doing it the other way around. So acquire, what the fuck? Why is it doing that? I want to do it the other way around. So like, I'll go up. I'll explain to you what SMART goals are because these are kind of difficult to understand. I remember when my boss taught me this, it was like he would dig into me and be like, no, but that's not obtainable, or that's not, there's no time measurement on it, right? So here's what you can do for yourself is like within the next 6 months, I want to close 25 new clients in whatever industry, each generating an average monthly reoccurring revenue of $2,500 by selling AI chatbots and CRM solutions. Like that is super specific, right? So then you start to work, then you work backwards. So you need 25 new clients, you need 62,500 in MRR, and you need to achieve a 20% response rate from cold outreach. So right here, like this is for Teresa too, is you need to get a 20% response rate to reach this goal, right? So each
Right.
thing is stacked on top of each other. And so the achievable part is the agency has dedicated sales team, right? So like you would, I don't think that you would have a dedicated sales team, but you would have your AI, right? So your AI
Right.
can go do this. To proven results with similar industries. Relevant real estate and financial sectors have high demand for lead generation, right? And so achieve the goal within 6 months. So month 1 and 2, you need to secure 8 clients. So how are you going to secure 8 clients? In month 1 and 2, that's 4 weeks. So that's 8 weeks in total. to get 8 clients. So then you work backwards. 8 clients in 8 weeks, that's 1 client a week. So now you just are focused on 1 client a week, right? So then I'm positioning it backwards because this is like for you. So I went in and said, no, I want to do it the other way. I want to send a cold email, right? So I noticed that you're in, right, on LinkedIn, whatever niche or whatever group of people. And I love connecting with forward-thinking professionals. I'm curious about your perspective on something and would value your insight, right? That's an engaging question. You could probably copy this and run this through ChatGPT and say, give me 15 different examples. Use 15, rotate it out, see which one you're getting the best responses from, and then just double down on that, right? Thanks for connecting. Quick question. If you had 72 hours to solve the top 3 challenges in your business, what would they be? I ask because I often hear from people in that industry that they're dealing with.
Chiropractor.
Yeah, I asked, like, Jeff Miller is the guy that I follow. You should
For
check
Facebook
him out.
ads.
Yeah, Facebook ads. He talks
Yeah.
about chiropractors all the time. And so
Yeah.
he found that positioning himself of talking with tens units, the little things that shock you. I think I was talking about this the other day. That is the pain point because everybody else is going the easy route, like on the golf course, like I said, they're going through the bushes and they're saying, like, oh, I can get you free consultations. But
Right.
chiropractors don't want free consultations. They want tens units consultations because it's a self-liquidating offer. When they go into the chiropractor, they're like, oh, I have a pain here, I have a pain here. Oh, cool, that's no problem. I can fix that. This tens unit is $99. It's the same that I'm selling the proposal. I'm charging them $250. So my time, I'll take tens unit as a chiropractor, tens units consultations all day because I'm selling $99 tens units, right?
That's
And if I
$100.
sell 10, yeah, it's $100. If I sell 10 of them, I know that 3 of those are going to become clients. So I made $1,000 off 10 people, and I turned 3 of those people into $500 a month clients. So now I'm at $1,500 a month. So when you come out and you write your DM after the connection, if you had 72 hours to solve the top in your chiropractic business, what would they be? I ask because I've heard from a lot of chiropractors that they would rather land tens unit, consultations rather than the free consultations because those are the coupon clippers who never come back. If
Right.
any of this resonates with you, I'd love to brainstorm some quick ideas with you, no strings attached. And then you just book them on a call, bro. And then now they're going to be talking to you about how can you get me more tens units chiropractic leads, right?
Right.
I don't know if you if you want to get leads for people, but if that's your business model, then you just get them tens unit leads, right? I mean, Jeff Miller teaches that all day. That's what he does.
I'm
And
trying to focus on the custom builds, but I mean, if that's not
so custom builds. So like and you can even say like I only work with chiropractors who are interested in getting the tens units meetings, but also have a lead strategy in place, right? Like, do you have, and then that would be your next question. If they come back to you and they say, if any of this resonates with you, you just go back and say, cool, I'd love to set up a 10-minute phone call with you, but before we set it up, do you have someone running ads for you? Do you have people coming in? Because this only works with a real business, right? Whether it's your Google business page, you're running Facebook and Instagram ads. You, I don't know,
freezing up.
however they get from there. That's right here is where you start positioning yourself as a consultant. Like the reason I ask is because, and then you give them the information of the pain points that chiropractors have is like, this is what I do. And then they're going to be like, okay, yeah, I'm interested. Well, that's cool that you're interested, but I need to make sure that you fit into my mold of a client because I don't work with just anybody. And then
Okay.
all of a sudden they're like, oh, I want that. Wait, he doesn't, wow, that's, no one's ever told me that before. Like, all right, I want to work with him. So then, you could send him a message and say, yeah, let's do a quick 10-minute call. Let's figure out what your problems are. And if you'd like, we can go to lunch. Yeah, that's cool. I can show you some stuff. Or that's when you start making the Instagram. You, you're in the group with me and Adam and Brendan, right?
Right.
Yeah. So just make an Instagram account with the AI and be like, if you're interested, go to this Instagram account and just type in the word, I don't know, massage or tens unit and have the AI. Now you have a demo. Now the demo is just going and selling it for you.
Or just give them that link that we have for Marcus or something like that, I'm guessing.
Yeah, exactly. Just give them the link for Marcus. Be like, look, yo, bro, look, demobot.chat. Demobot.chat. Go here. Type in your website. And it's like,
And there you go.
here you go. I don't know
Okay.
why it's not loaded. I don't know what's going on with my pages today. So it's like, chiropractorlosangeles.com. And then it's gonna just go through and they're gonna be like, what the hell is this? I've never seen this before. That's what I need.
All right. Back to work.
Yeah, like, bro, I think you could have a client. What's today? Monday? You should have at least 2 meetings by Friday and talk to ChatGPT and ask it, I want to make SMART goals. Like this is where it all starts. SMART goals are smart. It's measurable, attainable. I don't know all of it. What was it?
What's the R stand for?
Results,
Realistic
I think.
kind of.
Oh, realistic. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you can't say I want to make $1 million in a month and a half,
But then isn't that what the
or
10,
relevant.
10x,
Yeah,
2x
realistic.
is? To make those 10x?
Yeah, but instead of talking to 100 chiropractors, you're only talking to 10 that have that money, right? So it's like, yeah, the 10x is easier than 2x is now you start charging $40,000 for a build instead of 1,500, right? But I would dive deep into SMART goals. Just go into ChatGPT and be like, hey, somebody told me about SMART goals. I have an agency. I want to create SMART goals and work backwards to achieving my goals. Can you ask me some questions of what you need to help me organize this? And then it's going to be like, okay, how much money do you want to make? When do you want to make this by? What's your industry? And it's going to go through and do all of that.
Okay. I'm gonna rewatch this tonight actually and get this going. Appreciate you, Nick.
Yeah, of course, bro.
Yeah.
Andy, what's up, bro? How can I help you?
Hi Nick, can you hear me okay?
I hear you perfectly, dude.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you. It's always very good to be here and listening for all the lessons and insight that you share. So yeah, I have two questions like I posted in the chat. So I noticed that with I would say majority of your prospect in the first call that you have with them, I noticed that um a lot of those people initially when they show like genuine interest and have got really good interactions with you, they kind of tend to follow through in the next step for that 150 or $250 proposal document. Is that true? That like generally if you find those like you get like a qualified good leads, those are the most important one because I noticed that no matter what you say to them, if the people are not interested, no matter what you say, they're not going to go through to the next steps for that proposal doc second steps.
Yeah, dude. So check this out. Like, this is my Upwork account, right? Like this dude today, Sunday. I'd like to invite you to take a look at a job I posted. Please submit a proposal. I submitted a proposal. I built AI for Go High Level to do exactly what you're looking to do. I can't remember what it was. I have case studies for large companies. The AI is not there to replace anybody. It might make sense to jump on a 10 to 15 minute call to go over exactly what you're looking to do, as I have a very deep understanding of qualifying leads. Let me know, and I can send you my calendar link to chat briefly. I didn't send him my calendar link. Why? Because I'm forcing him to do work. I'm qualifying him still. He sent this out to probably 30 people. I'm not going to chase him down and worry about it. If you want to work with me, then you can request my calendar. If not, I don't care. I'm not going to waste my time. This guy, this is going to be over here. Hey, my company and I are looking to build out Go High Level with all our lead generating platforms, ad campaigns, call rail, call flow, tracking purposes, and possibly 11x AI. They don't know what they're doing. Hey, what's up? Yeah, we could totally chat. That was at 6. Awesome. When are you available? Right now, I'm in Dallas. My schedule's a little wonky because I had flights. I'll explain how I work so you have an idea. One, and I lay it straight out for them. One, we have a quick, maybe 10 to 15 minute call to go over a little further in detail of what you explained above, right? That's this. Two, we set up a 40 to 45-minute call to build out a project scope document so I can take all the things in your head and put it on paper. I did not tell him that I was going to charge him a price for that in this text message. I'm not going to give them an out. The goal of this is only to book a call. I don't need to spill all my stuff for them. I'm not going to say, yeah, I charge $250 to be on a 40-minute call. He's going to be like, I don't see any value in that. Then number 3, me and my team will organize it from my chicken scratch that I wrote down and then bring it back to you with what it looks like for you to either build it out yourself or hire me to do it. As of right now, I have no clue what a price would be to show you. And this way, we're both on the same page of how all this will work for your business. My calendar is here. Just book a call and I'll contact you to see. Then that was an hour later because they didn't book a call. Thanks. I like your work outline. We're flexible, but I need a project started for this urgently. I'll get back to my business partner, Joey, and we can discuss. Okay, cool. Yeah, we can bang this out quickly. Thing is, we just need to get organized and on the same page. That's all. Like, this is just a conversation. I'm not selling him anything. He doesn't even know I'm charging him $250 just yet. The next day, hey, I'm just looking at my calendar. Oh, this was on Friday because I have flight and then my calendar got messed up. So we hadn't even met. I was at the passport office on Friday and I had time. And I said, actually, I could do it now. Are you ready? Yeah. Use the same link. Okay. We did that. I'm going to upload this into the videos today, maybe tomorrow. I had a video call with them. I don't know what day it was. Right here for 38 minutes. We went through everything. And you can see they want to integrate Go High Level with Google Ads, Yelp, Bing, whatever. Nicholas offered a $250 consultation to create a detailed project scope within a 45 to 60-minute call. And then what they do, they came over here and booked a call for $250. Today, they booked a call for $250, which was today. I came over here. And just so you know, these are all the clients that I have had since August that have all paid $250. Except my sister. My sister, I didn't charge her. So now these guys are right here. And this is what I built out today for them for $250. That's it, right here. 8. This is it. Their customer profile. New lead. No show. Meeting scheduled. Rebook home appointment. House appointment. Quote sent. Quote paid. Reviews request follow up. I sent this to Adam and Brendan. In my ticketing stuff with Adam and Brendan. These are all the companies that I've sent them, and we've already built them, or we're in the process of building, right? So these are all the companies. And I sent this to them and just said, did I lose you? No. Okay. This will be done in phases. This is phase 1, speed to lead. Everything is located here. I sent it to them, and here's what they'll go through. By Thursday, I'll get a document back from Adam and Brendan that shows me what the price is. They're going to sell it to me for $4,500. I'm going to sell it to them for $7,800. And whatever 45 minus 78 is, I'll make $3,100, $3,300, or $2,300, whatever it is, plus $397 a month to operate it. And so again, everything is in my course. It's not even a course. It's just my Zoom calls.
Yeah, no, I've got I've put your courses like for both of them, including those video too. So okay, no, I think you answered my question, yeah, because I did notice that those folks that are more serious or they show genuine interest in the vertical, they tend to really follow through. And obviously, you are still the same person who you talk to them. So I think sometimes it looks like to me it's just a matter of like like what you're essentially doing. You're qualifying the right person because the not so right prospect they're very unlikely going to move forward to the next steps, the second steps at least from the first
Yeah,
call.
you have to understand, Andy, is at the end of the day, it's a partnership. You're not really selling them anything, because what ends up happening, and I tell this to everybody, is I end up becoming your fractional marketing officer, your fractional development company. Like, and I want to know, are you serious about your business? Because if you're not, and you're not willing to pay $250, then I don't want to waste my time, and I don't want to waste your time. Now, what I think a lot of people in this group, in this Zoom call, in our Go High Level Mastery class or group, however you want to call it, is everybody has these self-limiting beliefs that we have to sell this to somebody. It's such an easy sale when you follow the process that I've created for you of it's just a conversation. This guy from the roofing company was giving me a hard time yesterday. And he was like, well, dude, I don't know. I mean, why would I pay $250 for this? Like, what are you going to give me? I said, bro, to be honest, and I said this to him, you can watch the video. Like, dude, I don't care if you buy this from me or not. I'm not trying to sell you anything. But anybody else that you go to on Upwork or Fiverr, if you don't have this document, if you want to go and make this document for me, go do it, and then I can give you a price. But I've been working and doing this for a long time, and the problem is the clients, you don't know how to do it. That's why you're coming to me as the professional to help you bring this to life. So it's not about, I'm not going to spend 6 hours putting this together for free, and then the same way that Jeff is going to go to lunch for free and spend the time, the effort, the energy, money, the gas, the parking to get to this meeting, for you to come back to me and say, no, I'm not interested. I'm just not going to do that. I've done that too many times, and it burns me out. I get frustrated, I feel like I can't get ahead. And when I started to change this and say, bro, I don't care if you if you don't buy it from me, like, okay, cool. I got 20 other people on Upwork that want this. Like, go here to Upwork, and I'm telling you, like, this is the easiest thing in the world. This is the easiest thing in the world, Andy, is you click find work. 16 minutes ago, AI developer programmer for voice-to-voice conversational application. Boom. Thinker.ai. We already have that. You just come in here, they spent $60,000, and you come here and you hit apply now, and then you just come over here and say, hey, you want to see my AI? Go to demobot.chat. And you just create a recorded video and you just read off what they're saying. I'm an assistant development innovating application for AI voice-driven conversational capabilities, looking for a talented AI developer to collaborate with me directly. We need to implement a conversational AI with stateful dialogue management, develop speech text to speech solutions. Cool. I have this. I can show you on a call of exactly what you want. If you want, you can actually go over here to demobot.chat and you can test it out yourself. And at the end, if you stick around, you'll hear the AI chatbot. If you want to dive deeper, feel free to hit me up. Here's my calendar, and I wouldn't mind jumping on a call with you. And then what I do is if this guy responds and he wants to meet with me, I text Adam, Brendan, Jarrell, hey guys, can you jump on a call with me? Or can you give me a demo account for this custom this AI so that I can show this to a potential client? And then they just give it to me. I mean, they're going to give it to anybody in the group. They're going to be like, yeah, bro, why would we not give this to you? And then I just have a natural conversation again with this client, and then I scroll down, oh, a developer needed. They need a developer. React, TypeScript, Tailwind, CSS. I mean, I could pass this off to Adam and Brendan. They need a build a bot to automatically place bets on FanDuel. No, we wouldn't do that. Right? AIClay.com prompt, OpenAI API chat-based development. Here we go. These guys are in Israel. They probably have money. Response rules, setting internal rules to define what types of response provides by the chatbot. Oh, by the way, here, I uploaded my AI prompt where we actually have ideal customer profiles for you so that we can figure out what product that you want to sell, right? This stuff is all within our group. And then you just attach this to this document and say, yeah, like, here, take a look at my prompts. If that interests you, give me a call. They're going to look at this and be like, holy shit, this guy, what the hell? Objection handling flow, appointment booking protocol, the rules, the frequently asked questions. He's got stuff in here I don't even know about. This guy looks like he knows what he's talking about. And then you just call and have a normal conversation. And then you come back here, and then you come into the expert funnel traffic generation specialist where they spent $10,000. You come into this was 3 hours ago. This is on Sunday. This is updated every single second of the day. I'm telling you, it's not hard to do it. AI-powered chatbot development for product queries. This is a RAG model. This is exactly what we already have. This is Marcus AI. We're seeking a skilled developer to create an AI-powered chatbot that can be efficiently answer customer inquiries about our products and provide information. I mean, that's the little chat widget that we have with Marcus. I'm telling you, this goes back to this thing right here. Start going here where the 10 golf balls are just laying there. This is where the 10 golf balls are laying at. You have to make a profile. You have to upload your ID. You have to walk through the branches. But here's all the golf balls. These are where all the golf balls are just sitting right here. They're sitting on LinkedIn. Right here when you type in SDR. And you go to jobs. maybe not in Mexico. But you could go to like, I mean, you could even do you could do Mexico. Like this guy's paying $85,000 to $130,000 for a sales development representative, which the AI can take over and do. So you just come here and you go here and you're like, develop and implement a comprehensive sales development strategy and program aligned with business objectives. That is called my conversation flow. That's it right there. That is worth $85,000.
Did you say that's in the course, Nick, your calls? Where's this at? The prompts?
This prompt is from Adam and Brendan inside join GHL.
Oh, is it really? I haven't
Yeah,
seen
it's on the Marcus stuff. Look, if you go to
Oh, okay,
memberships.joingJHL and you come down here and you go into Marcus,
I don't have Marcus. I'm not in the partner program.
no, but you're in the Go High Level Mastery program.
Yeah. Is
Yeah.
that in there?
Yeah, you just go here.
I don't remember seeing it.
Yeah, it's gonna be in here. You probably don't have Marcus because it's gotta be licensed to you, but you will have the you'll have all the assets, right? So here's the assets right here of the prompt sheet. Right? I mean, you literally could go apply for jobs on Upwork and just copy this prompt and be like, look, these are how my prompts operate. Like this is how we do it. This right here sells it for you. If you're on Upwork and they need a chatbot for, I don't know what that is, but like here, you would just be like, yeah, apply now. Hey, look, I can totally do this. Here's some of my chatbot prompts. This is how it works. It's directly integrated with OpenAI's API. And if you want, we can schedule a call. Your first thing is just to get them on a 10-minute phone call. That's it. You don't I even put like $129. I'll write like, hey, don't worry about the hourly price. It has nothing to do with this. We have to build a project scope document. I have no idea. Anybody else that is going to give you a price right now is completely lying to you because they don't have any idea what you need. I play it like that too, where I'm like, you know, you're an idiot for going and picking somebody that's going to tell you what the price is right now. How could they tell you a price if they don't even know what their that you need built, right?
Yeah, that's not in Go. That's because you're in the partner group. I don't have that in my mastery library.
Oh, well then message Adam and Brendan. I don't want to give, I mean, maybe they have it protected. I don't know. I don't want, but wait a second. You have core 4, right?
Yeah,
So go to core 4. It's all right here.
it's
Look, here's the prompt sheet for the core 4.
yeah.
You
So
have
does
all
she
this. I mean,
have-
it's the same thing.
Oh, okay. I got that.
Yeah, it's the same thing. You could like you literally can sell this as your selling piece of, hey, I know what I'm doing with AI. Like these are my prompts. We have missed call prompts, we have DBR bots, we have sales bots, we have chat widgets, live chats, social media, we have a conversation flow, we have an appointment booking protocol, we have rules, we have frequently asked questions, right? Like, I mean, I use this all the time to what would you call it? Like boost my reputation against other people that are applying for these. Because look, if you come down here, like somebody already, well, 2 minutes ago, someone posted a proposal. Sometimes you'll have like, I don't know, usually on Sundays. Sundays are my days to do this because everybody else is not working. So like somebody will have Like here's a fractional sales rep, right? They've spent $60,000. Maybe I should apply for this, right? So like nobody applied for this. Today's Sunday. Sundays are the best day to apply because nobody else applies. Everybody else is out drinking, watching football, doing whatever. But you'll see like AI integration developer, insert chat API and large scale database expertise. Like all of us can do this. You can sell this right here. Adam has proficiency in Python. Like this guy that I sold. So on Friday, I sold a deal to a guy for $12,500. He came to me and was like, I want to build a custom AI from my book, from all the information that I've learned, everything that I've written about, so that people can go and they can, you know, get my information without me to repeat myself over and over again. Through questioning over a course of 3 videos or three what's it called? Zoom calls. I went to him and I was like, well, if this is how it needs to go, this is how it needs to go, this is how it needs to go with your customer journey, your pipeline, and your workflow, this is what it would look like. And he was like, that's funny. I came to you to build like some sort of AI and it turned into something completely different. And now I'm going to pay you $12,500 for this. And I'm like, yeah, well, that's what you needed. I didn't sell it to you. You're the one telling me what you need. Like I just asked you questions. And so he was like, yeah, man, this is good. I have some people that I would like to introduce you to. And then you start getting referrals, right? So it it's really, I don't know. I don't think sometimes I'm a good teacher. I hope that these types of videos and these things help you guys, but it's really just a conversation. That's it. Um, maybe next week we can do like role playing where you guys in your meetings this week write down some questions or write down some problems that you had during your calls or the text messages that you sent out or the emails that you wrote and no one responded. Like maybe come back to me and just bring what it is and I'll help you tweak it. But it's really just a conversation. Jeff asked, what determines your monthly chart? Are you guys still there? Can you hear me? Or did my
Yeah.
Wi-Fi go out?
No, we can hear you.
Okay. Okay, what determines your monthly charge of the business? Does Brennan and Adam offer? Oh, so Jeff, you mean like what do I charge like my monthly rate?
Yeah, what the after you give that proposal, and I guess you get a rate from Adam and Brendan on what they're going to charge you. Do they also give you like what you should monthly charge off of that bill, that $10,000, $12,000
Um,
bill?
I find that information out naturally in the first couple of phone calls,
Okay.
like how many leads do you get? How much is one of those leads? Like if you had a roofing company, how much money do you make from one roof? And they'll be like, 10, $15,000, or they'll be like, $800 or whatever. And then I'm like, okay, how many leads do you guys have coming in and what's your close rate? And I start to calculate it. So if they're making like, 10 grand a month and this is going to help them not have 4 leads at 10 grand slip through the cracks because they told me that. They're like, well, our close ratio is 40%. We get 10 leads. I'm closing 4. That's, 40 grand. And then I ask them, okay, with the AI, how many that's gonna bring in? And they'll be like, that could probably bring in an extra 2. Okay, so now I know that I'm saving them 20 grand a month. And then
Plus.
I can position my price like they don't know that I'm asking those questions to figure out what the price is. But when I present the proposal and I present that document, I'm like, all right, so yeah, it costs $799 a month, and $10,000 to build it. And then they'll be like, well, $800. Yeah, remember you told me that you had a 40% close rate. The average is about $10,000 a deal. So you're telling me that in one of these it pays the entire year, or in 2 of these it pays the whole year off. So you're basically getting this for free. And they're like, oh yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah, you're right. This probably would close if this close. Yeah, if this, and then it changes it. Like, yeah, if this closed 2 at $800. I mean, we should be closing like 4 a month, right? On top. And I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, that's on you guys. I don't know, but based on what you told me, and they're like, yeah, I could, okay, yeah. And then $800 is no problem. They see it as a value, right? But then I'll have like a medical clinic. I have one of them. I charge them $297 a month. And they were like, yeah, that's kind of a lot, but we need this. But they weren't at $10,000 a month in profit from it. So I just make it up. I mean, it's like, I mean, I don't know. There's not, I mean, I would like to charge more, but at the same time, you're building a relationship with these people. So you don't want to like take advantage. You're not taking advantage of them. It's fixing a problem. But at the same time, it's like, yo, bro, when this works, I want you to go and give me all your friends that could use this. So I get more business. Right. So it's like,
Balancing that, balancing
yeah,
it out.
yeah. Christina said, do you add a cover letter? Yeah, I do add a cover letter. Well, now Upwork just recently added the video thing, so I make a video now. I haven't really done much of it right now. I've just been busy. I've been traveling. I went to Dallas, but I started doing the video, and then international businesses. Yeah, I do work with international businesses. One of the hard things is the time zone. So I have a company in Israel that wants to meet with me and Brendan. Brendan can't do after 2:30 p.m. because he has our calls with us. And we're not going to do 7 a.m. my time, which he's in Pacific time, which would be 4 a.m. his time. So the international business is cool, but it can be a little difficult with the timing because I'm 3 hours ahead of Brendan, and then wherever Israel's time is probably like 6 hours ahead of me, it's kind of difficult. Andy, yeah, the Core 4 is not old. It's old because we have Marcus, but Core 4, I still sell Core 4. I use it. So jump on 10-minute call to sell a proposal from the questions from that 10-minute call. Yeah, Jeff, that's what I do. So I saw the other day that you tried to buy the courses, but the card got declined or something. It like had like 6 tries, and I don't know what happened. It emailed me from Stripe.
Hey, Nicholas, what is the difference in Marcus?
Marcus is a direct API connection to Go High Level. It has smart follow-up. So if someone says, yeah, can you just, I don't know, get back with me in 3 weeks? I'm just not ready. Or can you contact me in 6 months? Or can you, hit me back in 5 minutes? It will memorize that. It will follow back up. All of the prompting is done inside ChatGPT and not inside Go High Level. It does conversational booking the same way that Eliza bot does, but you don't have to have the 297 account. It'll do it automatically and look at the the calendar. It's instant because you're not running it through workflows, you're running it directly through open APIs. So it just is like boom, boom. You can adjust how many times the text will break up. So like you can write like 150 characters and then it will break it up in two texts, but it's broken up in a percentage. So 45% of the time, just break up the texts into two. So it makes it look like it's a little bit more real. Trying to think of all the things that it does. I'm trying to think of the workflows in my head. Oh, there's only like 4 workflows inside ChatGPT. Everything else is done on the servers. I mean, inside Go High Level. Everything is done on the servers. So you have, you know how in Core 4 where we had like 15 different workflows?
Yeah.
You only have like 4 or 5 workflows. There's a router aspect. So now you can have inside your prompt, you can give it a code. So like, I don't know, if someone wants SEO, respond number 20 or respond 18 or respond blue or respond green, whatever you want it to do. And when it comes back through communication start, now you can have unlimited amounts of assistance. So you can route it. It basically becomes a RAG AI model for you. Meaning you have a brain, and then that brain will send the client or the customer or the potential client, the prospect off to wherever you want them routed to based on either a behavior or based on a like place where they're at inside the customer journey, right? So for instance, someone signs a contract, the trigger would be the signing of the contract, and then it would route it to a different AI inside the router to remember what it spoke about previously, all the entire conversation, and then it would follow up with them maybe on like collecting the payment. So they signed the contract, but they didn't make a payment, or they haven't signed the contract and we're waiting for that. So it does it all behaviorally based.
Gotcha. So is this chat demobot.chat, is that Marcus? Because I've got the Core 4 set up. I haven't done a whole lot with it, but is that Marcus?
Demobot.chat is Marcus, yeah.
Okay.
That's
Who
what
said that?
Adam and Brendan and Jarrell created just so that you can use it
Okay.
for like almost like gray label, like go check out this demo, and then you can use that as in your cold emails, right? So you
Okay.
can tell them to go check it out, and then they actually have it where you can buy that. I think Adam and Brendan are working on that. If not, they already have it, where you can purchase that thing and put it on your own website, but that way all the leads go into yours. Right now, I think it's just going into Jarrell's system, like, because we were just using it for that. So if you want to capture those leads and do that, I don't know how much it costs, but I'm gonna buy it because I want it. I want to use that part of my cold email strategy. Like, hey, go test out our chatbot, right? And then they give me their name, phone number, email, then my sales bot is going to go get a meeting booked with them.
Okay.
So,
Thank you,
all right,
Nick.
Jeff, yeah, I'll see you soon, bro. Hopefully this stuff helps.
Thank
I'm
you.
probably going to bounce out of here too. I got to eat something, but I like these later in the night calls.
Me too.
Yeah, it's better than 11 o'clock in the morning.
More time.
Yeah, it is. It is. So if there's any, I mean, if anybody else has any questions, feel free to ask. But I'm probably gonna close it up. If anybody wants, what's it called? So, you know, if you don't have my prospecting course, you don't have my sales calls, you should get an email because I have been sending it's in the emails. If you do buy anything like the lead sniper, the I don't know, whatever it is, if you join the group with Adam and Brendan, you know, I ask that you use my affiliate link just because it helps fund me for my time and stuff here. I mean, if you're gonna buy it anyway, you might as well use mine. And if you have any questions, just hit me up on the Facebook Messenger inside, you know, my Facebook, or shoot me an email, shoot me a text, whatever you need. It helps me so that I'll create content for you and respond, whatever. So yeah. Hopefully this stuff works. Christina, you're welcome. I know that your time zones and my time zone are not matched up, so we'll do it at this time all the time from here on out. It's actually easier for me. I don't know what I was thinking. I couldn't go out on Saturday nights because I had to wake up at 10 o'clock. I mean, not that I go out all night, but I like this time better. So,
Thanks, Nick.
all right. Well, thank you guys. Hopefully that helps. This will be on YouTube. It's when I hit end, it should already be there. So you guys can go back and watch everything. Again, I'm an open book. You guys need anything, I'm here to help. I make my money from selling to clients, not selling to you guys. You know, we're all in this together. So hopefully it helped, and I'll talk to you guys next week.
Bye.
All right.